Hello, and welcome to this Divine Partnership Coaching video. This is going to be Path of the Empress, Step 11. And this is where things start to get interesting, because not only are we officially in the double digits, but this is where the numerology plays in tandem with the original numerology. And the number 11 is related to the Justice card in the major arcana of the tarot deck, which is also related to Libra with the scales. It's about balance and it's about karma. And typically in the path of the Empress, you will both be playing out, well, you will be releasing yourself of your own karma, but you will also be, in a weird way, playing the karmic balancer to your divine masculine. I might have to do different videos later to really describe what I mean by that, because the words are still flowing in a way that others might understand my gibberish. Also, now in the tarot decks, there isn't officially an 11th pip card or court, but it's when the court cards start, when the pages start. And because the number 11 is its own stand-alone number, it's considered a master number. It's a number of twin flames, soulmates, and of union often, but it also, with no irony, it is also the number 2, which think 2 of cups, or the lovers, or the devil card, or there's choices and communication and relationships and things of that nature. Like, 2 of wands is about communication. 2 of swords is about decisions and using your intuition to communicate. And the 2 of cups is the soulmate card. A lot of people think it's the lovers card, but it's the 2 of cups. And the 2 of pentacles it's a combination between playfulness and making choices, about doing balancing act, juggling. And so that's kind of where you begin at 11. You're kind of juggling multiple things. And in this step, what I am going to highly recommend is that you release your karmics. And that, for most people, looks like releasing your exes. But there are many karmics that you're going to have to work on. And I tried to set it up so steps 1 through 10, you're already doing a lot of that. However, this is when the universe is going to start it's going to start showing you what your karmics are. If you are still friends with a lot of your exes, and these are exes who break boundaries or whom have not been accountable and apologized for things that, well, they really should be doing, not even in small ways. I mean, not even any breadcrumbs or anything, or if these are people that typically instigate things, or more importantly, if you have simply not healed from the stuff that you went through with them. It doesn't have to be that they did anything, or if these are people that, if you have to chase them, and or I want to say, if you have to chase them for reciprocal attention, or if they chase you for you to do things for them, like boyfriend tasks, girlfriend tasks. Will you watch my kids? Will you fix my car? Will you do, this, and this, and this? There, this is about you learning self-worth and how to express boundaries in a kind, respectful way that cleanly and firmly ends any sort of karmic relationships that you've had lingering in there, which most of us, I mean, it's one thing to have like 1 or 2 exes that really you just recognize that you were much better friends than you were lovers. I mean, that's understandable. And nobody's saying you never, ever, ever have to talk to an ex, but here's the thing. Do the double standard test. How would you feel if you were in relationship with your divine masculine and they were in contact with all their exes or these potential new partners? Like, how would you feel about that? Like, and assume even that they're being a good guy or gal and telling these other people that they're taken and they're good and they're not interested in more, but they're still allowing them to be there. Or say that they tell you, oh, well, you don't have anything to worry about, they wouldn't do anything with me. Like, how would you feel about that? It doesn't feel very loyal or faithful or I'm just going to say smart, because that leaves you open to getting involved in the karma that those people might create, you know? And that shows that you've not yet learned the value of self-worth, and that you're still kind of subconsciously holding on to backup plans, for lack of a better way to put it, or that you are more concerned with not hurting their feelings than being a healthy individual. And again, just, do this double standard test. How would you feel about your partner having that? Because the universe is going to start bringing anybody, whether it's, exes or new people or toxic family members or friends in there. They're going to start bringing them in because you're getting into receptive mode. And the first thing that's going to happen in there is the healing stuff. You've already experienced that. If whether you followed my steps or just got there on your own, 1 through 10, you've already experienced that the old momentum is coming to you and you're healing these things. And now it's going to be a more conscious experience of that healing. And the people and things that you have not been either aware that you needed to heal or that you've been avoiding with the awareness that you need to work on it are going to start happening. And it's up to you to release those karmics. And I mean, it could be habits too: smoking, people pleasing, codependent behaviors, fears. It could be parenting issues, like having a healthy level of empathy for your children without coddling them and giving them a healthy amount of structure and things like that. Like, there's many things that can be karmics. If you're late all the time for things, if you don't care for your body in, a consistently healthy manner, if you've got physical pains or weight loss to work on or weight gain to work on, things like that, like, these are your karmics. And the key thing to remember here, and I really want to emphasize this, is part of the lesson is not just releasing your karmics. It's about releasing them in healthy new ways. Because plenty of us have, like, told karmics, oh, I'm done with you, or you could just block them, ghost them, not talk to them. But that does not clear the karma. It doesn't clear the karma. And even if the person in question, that you are closing things off with, that you're releasing with, even if you if you legitimately are owed them giving you the kindness and things like that, it's still not going to help you to be in a state of resistance where you're like, I'm not going to be nice to them, they weren't nice to me, or they didn't ever do this, or blah, 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 blah. Like, that shows you're in a place of judgment. And really, if you think about it, in whatever thing that they did to you, you've probably done that to somebody else before. And the way that you clear that karma is by ending that cycle. Don't blame neither yourself nor them, but do take personal responsibility. And remember that as you do this, your partner will reflect you. Your divine partner will reflect you. Your soul tribe, your friends in that, your soul family will reflect you. And as you heal, they heal. And you actually send the person, whoever the karmic was, if it's a person, you send them onto their healing path by closing off that opportunity. And you make room in your life for new beginnings, which is what you need if you want to get to union. You can't get to union wanting the old way. Union is a new thing. Even if you were in what's called pseudo-union with your partner before, like, even if you were, like, over a decade with them, it was pseudo-union. It wasn't full union. You guys still had things to learn. And in order for you to actually achieve union, you need to be new. They need to be new. You need to release your karmics. And part of releasing your karmics isn't just releasing the people. It's releasing the negative lessons that you learned along the way that no longer serve. you know, or lessons of toxicity that came along with them that could have, you know, been creating problems in either your current relationship, if you've had one with your domestic masculine, your divine masculine, or if they have just gotten in the way of any relationship you've worked on. Because remember, karmics are not always people. Sometimes they are the things that we learned from people. And that can go as far back as mother, father, one stuff. So really, do your work here. Do your work to clear your karma. As you clear your karma, they clear their karma. And this is also an important place in your progress to recognize also that you are going to be sometimes called to do things that may seem absurd. And you know, you really got to question and process it. You know, the universe can only really use human tools to reach out to us humans, because we stubbornly don't often just listen to our intuition. And so, like, the universe might say, make them jealous, but like your first thought might be, okay, do I need to go out with another person? Do I need to date someone else? Do I need to do this? And really, if you sit and think about it, especially if you've watched the other videos that I've done, you don't need to wrap yourself up in a new karmic, and nor in head games either, in order to, I'm going to say, not make your partner jealous, but help them deal with and heal from their feelings of jealousy and envy in healthy ways by simply working on yourself, by healing, by showing that you are the star, that you are the sun, that you are the moon, that you are healing. And remember, too, one thing I forgot in the beginning, that the second card in the tarot, or at least the number 2 tarot card, is the High Priestess. And she is spirit. She is intuition. She is purity. She's part of Virgo's aspect, and she would be the virgin side of it. And she is also simultaneously the prostitute, and she sits between two pillars, dark and light, you know, and she sits in the veil of that. And when you can get into that place and you can follow your intuition and process things, I mean, she sits on a bench. It's actually called a Bema. She sits on it and she thinks, she processes, you know, and as you get these messages to do things that you know, that they seem mean, vindictive, things like that, well, that there's a reason for that, because you probably did those things in the past, or you know people that have done those things in the past, or you know that your divine partner has been put through things like that, and you're being, you know, you're being shown the opportunity to heal that karma for you and them. And once you realize, oh, I don't need to be with anybody else what I need to do is become comfortable with allowing jealousy to happen, and to recognize that it's not mine. It's not because of something I have done. It is their process to heal, simply by being yourself and not letting other people's drama, or, you know, water down your authenticity. And as you start to do that, you will also notice that you have jealousies and envies and those sorts of insecurities. And as you heal those and you become more, you feel more worthy of being who you are and not feeling so threatened or worried about others, you again increase that. And then you learn the divine comedy of it is that you really didn't have to do anything. You're not, you know, the divine partnership process is not, in fact, it's about getting away from negative head games and away from drama and away from toxic cycles of vindictiveness and tit for tat shit. And as you go through this journey, you heal all the times that you did do that in the past, and then you learn the absurdity that you never had to do that in the first place. All you ever had to do was be you. That's why your partner has loved, does love you, will love you if you haven't met them yet. And You just need to be able to be in a space of being able to be you, whether or not they are there, and whether or not they are affirming how wonderful that is. And when you can do that, you allow them in, and you actually show them how absurd they are, even in their own jealousies. Like, you help show them that it wasn't ever another person that was making them jealous. It was themselves making themselves jealous. And as you work on you, they will work on them. They will reflect it. And so you just work on releasing your karma. Every time an ex pops up, you know, find a respectful and kind way to release them. Oh, just own your part, whether, you know, whether they were somebody that you interacted with that you did in an attempt to either teach your partner a lesson or to make them jealous, or you were just, you were lonely and you wanted some other a being to bring you affirmation that you were worthy of attention, whatever it was. Like, just own it. You know, like, you know what, I've got to be clear, I'm not interested in continuing this as a relationship, and I'm sorry because I pursued you when I was in state ABC, and I'm not in that state anymore. And either, I mean, you could offer for the friendship in there if you want, but really, I mean, take it as it resonates. But I feel like when you're getting into divine partnership, you want healthy friendships. You want healthy, you want healthy. You want healthy. You want fun. You want magical. You don't want the stress that comes along with karmic friends, exes, coworkers, things like that. You want joy and fun and health. And so anybody in your vibration that is not on that timeline with you, release them. I'm not saying ditch them or judge them or anything, but release them. And that goes along with any habits that no longer serve you. It could be dietary, could be exercise-wise, could be work-wise, anything. It's up to you to sit down and figure out what and who your karmics are. And please reach out to me. I'm happy to help you figure out how to do that.